Today I'm going to show you how to put this into this. This board of maple has a split right down the center. Utilizing the bow ties is going to keep the boards from separating any further. So now that we have the rough shape gouged out with the plunge router, now we come back through with our chisel and we chisel away the remaining and also sharpen up our edges. You want to continuously check your bow tie because you want this to be as tight as possible. So I just have a little bit more to go here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got some value out of it, or I hope you're getting value out of it, because this is going to be a mid-roll reminder for you to like and subscribe. Also, check out twinforks.io. That's a website that you can go to learn all about me, my company, and also ways to support us, including becoming a DIY VIP. The ideal fit will be so tight that you need to drive it in with a mallet. So since I made a mistake right here, I'm going to go ahead and make this a straight line, and then when I fill it later, you'll hardly notice it. And I'll show you how to fill it, so you don't notice the mistake. They say a sign of a good woodworker is not one that does it right the first time, but knows how to cover their mistakes. I think maybe people just say that to make themselves feel better, but that is why it's handmade. You know, that's the best part about it, is that this is just, you know, made by hand, one of one, and there will never be another table just like this. So keep that in mind. That's what people are paying you for. If you're doing this professionally, and if you're doing it just out of passion, that's why you do it. So it's a win-win either way. Now inside here, it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to have enough surface area, enough flat surface area to hold the bow tie in place. Okay, so that first bow tie is just about ready to be glued in place. Okay, so when you hammer it in, you want to see that glue squeeze out. Okay, and then clean up the excess like normal. Don't worry if you get a little bit of glue on here, because after this glue sets, we're going to come back with a flush trim saw and we're going to trim it flat before we flatten the whole board down. Now we repeat the process with number 2. So now we're gonna let this glue set up. I'm gonna take a break and have dinner with the family. So once this glue sets up, we're gonna come in with a flush trim saw like this, and we're going to saw them flat to the slab. I forgot to record the last clip, but this is pretty self-explanatory. Just take your time and cut them flush. Now you're going to want to take a ruler or any straight edge and check to see how level your board is. I had a little bit of cupping, so I'm going to use my pencil to mark the high spots. That way I don't continue to sand the low spots and hopefully level it out. So now we've done our sanding, at least our preliminary sanding, just a rough 80 grit just to make sure everything is nice and flush. And we're going to address these cracks. So you can see bow tie number 3 was the best bow tie I had. It's the tightest fit. Now the other 2 are slightly irregular, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make these cracks disappear. You're not even going to be able to tell them that they're there. How are we going to do that? We're going to make our own wood filler. So you're going to start by taking some of your glue. Any wood glue will do. You don't have to use Type-On. Elmer's is actually really good too. They just don't spend nearly as much money as Type-On does because they're Elmer's. Okay, so when you clean up at night, when you're doing a project and you have some good, clean sawdust, make sure you save it. Because we're going to take that walnut dust and we're going to put it right into the glue. And then we're going to stir it around. You can use anything. You can use a screw. All right, so we're just making a little mix here. It's going to be nice and loose. All right. Then we're going to come in with the glue. We're going to put just a little bit. We're going to let the glue kind of just a hair, let it fall into the crack naturally. Okay. Now, I'm going to wipe the excess off with a damp paper towel. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to find our clump of glue. It's going to get really clumpy in here. I put too much sawdust, but you can kind of feel, you know. And don't be afraid, just work it in with your thumb. You're going to make like a paste. Now, the finer the sawdust, the better. So if you have a sander, this would be a good time to break that out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to rub this clump into the slots. I'm going to shove it in. Yeah. It's a little messy. But what we're actually doing is we're sticking the little fibers. Since I don't have any fine sawdust, what we're doing here is we're filling the hole with fibers. Now our very last step is to sand everything flush, and let's see how it came out. That's it. That's a wrap. Looks good to me.